The Halfback Nymph is one of my favorite patterns, beginning in early spring and running through the fall months. Sometimes it's just nice to throw on a big buggy nymph for those fish to grab onto. The Halfback has been a great producer for me in stillwater situations, small spring creeks, and freestone streams and tailwaters. I'm using a curved heavy nymph hook in a size 12. I'm not really worried about bulk with this pattern, so 140 ultra thread in brown will do the trick. Get your thread started at the back of the hook shank. We'll need to add a bit of weight to help get this fly down. Beads, non-lead wire, or both will work great. Before you begin wrapping the wire onto the hook, place a small dab of superglue onto a piece of scratch paper, and use your bodkin to apply a small amount to the thorax area of the hook shank. This will keep the wire in place and prevent it from spinning in the future. Begin wrapping your wire onto the hook and slide it up over the superglued area. Pinch off or helicopter the front excess portion before wrapping the wire back to around the middle of the hook shank. You can then bring your thread over the top of the wire and create a solid foundation before returning to the back of the hook, stopping just above the old barb. Grab a pheasant feather from your stash and pluck a generous clump of fibers from the tail. Measure your tail to be about the length of the hook shank or just a bit shorter. Make a few securing wraps forward on the pheasant tail to tie it into place. Then fold the excess back and tie that down as well so that the excess fibers are facing rearward. Pluck 2 brown hackle feathers from a Ewing mini pack. The first should be a bit smaller than the second. Pull the butt ends off the stem and preen the remaining feathers back by licking your fingers and gently stroking them back towards the butt end of the stem. We're going to tie the tip of the small feather in first, for the abdomen portion of the fly. Next, grab 3 to 4 pieces of Peacock Herl and trim the butt ends. Secure them at the back and bring the thread up to just past the halfway point. Throw a half hitch in and rest your bobbin in the bobbin holder before using your vise, or good hackle pliers if you don't have a rotary vise, to palmer the peacock forward to where you stopped your thread. Secure the fibers with a few wraps behind and in front of the feathers before trimming the excess. Next, grab the stem of your hackle feather and wrap it forward, stroking the fibers rearward with each additional turn. When you get to the end of your abdomen, capture the feather with your thread and trim the waist. Then you can pull the tag of pheasant tail over the abdomen to create a nice little halfback. Stroke the fibers down and back to make a sleeker looking fly. We'll repeat much of the same process for the front end of the halfback, starting with another brown hackle feather, the larger one, preened so the tip remains unsplayed to be tied in onto the hook shank. Leave that feather hang off the back while you secure another clump of Peacock Herl and bring your thread to just behind the hook eye. Add a half hitch or two and again rest your bobbin in the holder. Palmer the herl forward to create an iridescent underbody for the thorax. Secure the fibers with your thread and trim off the excess. Then bring your brown hackle forward the same way as before, stroking the fibers rearward with each successive wrap. After you capture the hackle with your thread, pull back all the fibers and begin to bulk up your head a little bit. Trim the excess hackle and whip finish or half hitch before you call it a day. Just like a Pat's rubber legs, a cranefly larva, or a small marabou bugger, The Halfback Nymph is just one of those big buggy flies that's fun to add to any nymph rig, just to see what fish will grab on. Make sure you ask your favorite fly shop to carry all the Larva Lace products you need to tie this and other great flies that simply catch fish. Go to hagensfish.com or email Lorie to request a catalog or to make an order. Larva Lace is proud to be a part of the new Facebook group, Fly Tying University. We're building a community for all fly tyers with fly tying inspiration, techniques, and conversations. Join us today and help make the fly tying world a better place. Larva Lace is also a proud partner of the Fish Stories Archive. Record your fishing stories today and preserve them for tomorrow. Be sure to subscribe and hit the bell to catch all of our future tying videos. From everyone here at Larva Lace, tight lines and best fishes.